Hi guys. Uh-oh. My bad. I forgot to pan up real quick. I've had several requests for how I make the textured paste for some of the altered bottles that I do. The one bottle, there's a video for it still, but it's way, way back. It's got like a picture of an angel on the inside of it, and then I did the texture around the outside of it. I actually don't have that bottle anymore, so I was thinking about making another one, but I'm not going to make it with the rum chata bottle. It's actually going to be made with I don't even know how to pronounce this, but this is the next bottle I'm going to use. It needs to be cleaned. It's kind of dusty. It's been sitting on the shelf. But I really like the way that it looks, the shape of it and all, and it's going to be really good. It's got like a little dip in the bottom of it. The reason I like the dip is because the other bottles that I have, you could actually take a tea light candle and set under there and have the light come through the bottom. I might not use this one now that I think of it, because that is a really good idea, because a lot of bottles don't have the little dip on the bottom. But I was going to give you guys basically just a quick tutorial of how I make the paste, the textured paste that goes on the bottle. I know that there are elements out there and all of that stuff that you can buy, but if you're on a budget and you don't have the money to pay it, or maybe you just want to find a quicker way to do it, you know what I mean? Like me, when I order things off of Amazon, I'm like, oh, when's it coming? When's it coming? Because I never do the Prime, so I end up waiting forever for my stuff to come. So this is just a real quick one. I probably mentioned it in some of the older videos, probably like maybe the first or second or maybe fifth one, when I was doing a show and tell of the bottles. Real simple recipe. It's not mine. I actually was going to try to get a link that I had followed of the lady that has the channel on YouTube, and I can't remember who she is or even what the video was. So it's not my recipe, but I am going to pass it on. And it's helped me a lot. I mean, I can show you the first bottle that I made here. Get some of this stuff out of the way. This one. It's one of the first ones that I made. It actually has the texture paste on it. Now I won't lie to you. It took like 3 full days for this to dry. I purposely left the bottom of it empty because I wanted at one time to use this as a show and tell to show you. I mean, you can see how the paste looks onto it before you do all the paint. That's one reason why I didn't never cover it up. This one has a lot of just. I was playing around basically, but if you really look at the detail of the bottle, you see all those cracks that are on the inside of it. Like, I just think that is beautiful. Um, I can't really, the only word I can get is beautiful. I mean, there's a lot of natural cracks just from the paste drying on it. And I started off, whenever I did the bottle like this, when I did it like this, I used the alcohol like I do on every single bottle that I make. If you want to clean all the oil, we touch them. We touch them, and there's oil from our fingertips on it, and things are just not going to adhere to it like they would with a clean surface. It's like anything that you paint. You want to make sure the surface is clean. So the first thing that I did was clean it with alcohol, and then I waited for it. I wiped it off. Yes, I used a cloth and I wiped it off. And then I went back through and I just took the paste and just like smeared it all over it. When the paste was probably about maybe a day into drying, it started getting a little bit thicker, like tacky feeling. I was able to take and put these little stones in there. Those stones are nothing more than those ones you get at Dollar Tree, Walmart, whatever. You put in a candle vase. That's all that is. There's some pearls on here that I just painted like with metallic paint. I did 2 shades of paint on here. I did red. First I did black, and then I went back in with red. And then if you look really close, I went back in with a little bit of gold here and there. So, I mean, it has a different sound to it. I mean, you can hear the clinking. It's got a different sound than it does, like with regular glass. So, I've never really parted on selling this one just because it was the only one that I ever did with texture on it. It's got a lot of costume jewelry at the top of it, big red ribbon. The rose on the top of it is glittered. So, I don't know. I probably will, but I just wanted to hold on to it in case, you know, when it crossed my mind again to do a tutorial on how I make the paste for these. The paste is pretty versatile. You can put glitter in it. You can put different colors of paint in it. I've even done it with chalk paint. One quick idea though, if you make a big batch of it, any of your food jars that you have, like for pasta and all of that, just take it if it has a good seal on it, and you can put that paste inside of here. And I have had it up for about a month, and been able to use it and work with it. I haven't done any more altered bottles with it, but I have used it like in some candle holders. I've done some on some of my canvases, some of the canvases I haven't shared. So it's a real good paste. I mean, and it works good. It smells really good because you're using baby powder. Um, it's pretty awesome. So I figured I would do a quick one and show you guys how I make it. And then I'm not really going to put it on a bottle tonight because it is pretty messy and it's kind of late. You know what I mean? Um, but then you'll have it. Then you'll have, you know, what I learned from someone else, I'll pass on to you guys, to whoever wants to mess around with the textured, you know, bottles. Some people don't. Some people do, but I'm just going to throw it out there in case somebody wants to, you know, learn how to make it. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to pan the camera down, and then I'll show you guys how I make it, and then you'll know. And then you can do your own, you know. So, all right, I'm going to pan the camera down. All right. And everybody hit pause for a minute. There we go. I don't want the shakiness. I'm hoping that it's not going to be shaky. So this is the bottle that I made. You guys can probably see it a whole lot better here. I'm not sure. Let's see. Can you see that? Maybe? All right. Let me see. All right. So these little bowls I pick up at Dollar Tree. I had these in another haul video. You can measure it if you want to. I never measure anything. If I'm doing it for a big project, I'll make a lot. If I'm doing it for a little one, I make a little. For this, I'm just going to do a little bit just to show you guys how to make it because I'm not actually going to work with it tonight. So what you want to do is you want to get baby powder. You can get baby powder at Dollar General, Walmart, any of the stores, real cheap. I paid like $1. I don't even know. It was less than $2 for this bottle. Regular school glue does not have to be Elmer's glue. You can use any kind of glue as long as it's school glue. Okay. Why do they call it school glue? I don't know. We all know it is school glue though. And then paint. Any kind of acrylic paint. I always use white because I want to be able to add my own colors to it. So really simple. Really, really simple. You get your bowl. You get your baby powder. You can pour it in here. I'm just going to do a couple little splashes of it. The good thing about this is if you mess up, you just add more of your ingredients to get it to the thickness that you want. You don't want it to be runny. You want it to be like a paste, like that you can work with. Okay? So if I was going to eyeball this, I would probably look at that as probably 1/4 of a cup. I don't know if you guys can agree or disagree with that, but I'm thinking of 1/4 of a cup. Okay? I do measure my glue out, just because, like, you don't have to. It's kind of like, if it's like when you're cooking dinner, guys. If you have too much water in your mashed potatoes, what do? You know what I mean? If you don't have enough of this, then you add more. If you have too much, then you add, okay, here's a better way to explain it. If you have more wet, add more dry. If you have more dry, add more wet. That's the only way I can tell you. The glue in the baby powder is going to make it really, really thick. The paint's going to kind of make it where it's easier to work with. So all three of them work hand in hand together. Okay. So what I do is I have one bowl, put my baby powder in it, and then I do my glue. I always do my glue like in the spoon because I want to know how much I'm having here. You know what I mean? You don't have to go through this though. It's not this technical, and you guys will see it the first batch that you make. So this is considered what, 1 tablespoon? I'm going to drop it in there. I only do it in the spoon because it seems like it's easier to spread around. I'm just quirky like that. I don't know. So I would probably do another tablespoon. Do one more. Fill it in. And y'all, we don't use these spoons in the kitchen. I keep these spoons in here for this reason. We ain't trying to eat off of those spoons that have Elmer's glue on them. Okay, so now you see Just a glob of it there on top of the baby powder. For the paint I kind of feel. I fill in for the paint. And I didn't shake this up. Let me shake this up real quick. Always, always, always shake your paint up. It's like mustard. When you make a hot dog, who wants to throw your mustard on it with that big glob of water that comes out first? Yuck. Anyhow, for the paint, I just kind of go all over. I just kind of pour it in everywhere. Okay? Now, looking at that, it probably looks like it's too wet. If it's too wet, we add more dry. Okay? No fumes. Unless you have an allergy to baby powder or dusty stuff, then you're good to go. Okay, so it looks like the glue is kind of clumping up. It's not really clumping up. You guys see that? It's still kind of wet. See how it's still kind of wet? You just want to keep mixing. It's kind of like making a biscuit. But you don't want to have it that firm. And if you spill some baby powder, it ain't the end of the world. Just keep right on stirring. It'll be fine. It smells good. Okay, so when you get it all kind of mixed, and I'm slinging baby powder everywhere. It's all good. Just kind of keep working your spoon. This is really not a good dish to do this in, but it's okay. Just keep stirring it. Maybe don't stir so fast because I like to get a little nutty sometimes. You're going to have powder like in the corners. We want to make sure it's all incorporated inside of there. And you want the paste to have sort of a dexterity to it, to where you can spread it. If you could imagine spreading butter on toast, that's what you're looking for. How y'all like my analogies? I don't even think. I just say what's on my mind. Okay, so there you go. That's a perfect consistency for the paste. You do not have to use this just for altering bottles. You see how it just kind of plops? That's what we're looking for. Now you can make this a little bit more thicker for spreading, because you guys are probably going to end up thinking like I did when I made it the first time. This stuff's going to slide right down off of that bottle. You can add more dry to it and make it a little thicker if you want to. It's totally your call. This kind of paste, I do not recommend using a heat gun with it. It is not going to turn out good. Heat in the glue, does not work. I'm actually going to add a little bit more powder to it because it might be a little too wet. You just have to use your judgment on it. Just keep stirring it. Get it all really, really well incorporated. Let me see if I can zoom in here for y'all. There we go. I should have done that a minute ago. I'm so sorry. So you just want to keep stirring it and get it a good consistency like that. Work it in. You could probably even use this paste for like the resin molds. Spray it with some Pam. You guys have some cooking oil, spray it with some Pam for sure. But there you go. And that is the paste, and that's what it ends up looking like. Okay? I'm trying to think of what I can smear it on. I guess I could try to. For the bottle, I don't know about this bottle. I can wash this off of this bottle. Another thing that I wouldn't do is don't fight the labels. If you're going to put paste on a bottle, don't fight the labels. Just leave the labels on. Don't go through that process of trying to take the label off. It's going to be covered up. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do part of a tutorial here. I'm not going to go too much into it because it's just crazy. But I'll show you guys kind of what I'm coming from. Grab this alcohol. Rubbing alcohol, people. Rubbing alcohol. Calm down. It's a Wednesday night. Ain't no regular alcohol. Got to go to work tomorrow. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I got some alcohol. Rubbing alcohol on the rag. You guys see me do that sometimes. I'm just going to get all the dust off of it. All the dust and the dirt off of it. If it has a lid on it, take your lid off. Okay? Let me zoom out just a little. Take your lid off. It's easier to work with the bottle. You guys still can't see. It's easier to work with the bottle by using the top of it without the lid on it. So you want to do that for sure. Get all the fingerprints off of it. Like I said, don't worry about the label. Label don't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Get it all cleaned off. You can do this beforehand. Paste will take forever and a day to dry, so don't worry about it drying. And what I do is I just get like an old butter knife out of the kitchen. And then you just you might want to lay some paper down to keep it from like getting everywhere. I'm not going to go those lengths. You're just basically going to take it, get it on your knife. You know that it's good and ready if it doesn't come off of the knife when you hold it up like that. See how it's just kind of staying on the knife? That's what you want. And you're just going to start smearing all over the bottle. And don't worry about it being even. If the butter knife does not work for you, find a credit card, plastic card, whatever. See how that is? You're going to cover the entire bottle. Now, you might end up needing to make another batch of this. It's all right. You just keep making it as you go. But it will work. The good thing is it smells really good. So it's not like some based paste like you buy like for, I always think of that stuff that you use to cover up holes with, like in the walls. Yeah, that stuff smells funky. I don't like it. So anyway, you just keep kind of covering the bottle, and I know you guys can't see it, but I'm going to turn it around here in a second and show you. Even strokes, and it'll start coming together. See how the bottle looks? You're just going to take it and kind of go down. It's kind of like putting icing on a cake. Same thing. It smells really good too. If you like baby powder, you're in good grace. Another splotch of it. Twist it around on the knife. It's going to be ready when it don't come off of the knife. Kind of like a Dairy Queen when they hold it upside down with your little Frosty. That's what you want. And then just take it and keep lining it onto your bottle, and then, you know, go around and around and around with it. Give it a good 4 hours if you want to add stones or shells or anything in it. Give it a good 4 hours of trying to dry before you start sticking things in it, or it's just going to run down the bottle and fall off. So that's basically the quickest tutorial I can give you on how I use the paste. This paste is really good for using for canvases too. It doesn't have to just be for altering bottles. You can lay it on top of any kind of surface. I've done it on cardboard. Works great. I've done it on canvas. Works great. I've done it on candle jars. I've done it on aluminum cans. I've done it on sheets of like metal. So anyway, you guys get the gist, right? You're just going to cover it. You're going to cover the entire bottle. This bottle I'll go ahead and finish. I'm not going to waste any time with you guys, but I'll finish it, and then we'll do some kind of a project with it in another video. I might make another one of those the angel ones that had the angel that was on the inside of it, made it look like it was inside the window. That's it, y'all. Basically, just real simple, easy tutorial. Remember the ingredients again. Acrylic paint, any color. I use white because I'm going to paint it again. Baby powder and some school glue. Just regular old Elmer's school glue. Doesn't have to be Elmer's. I've used the one from Dollar Tree. It works great. The ones at Walmart work great. Like that, it's glue. The glue is the glue. We don't care about the label. The glue is the glue. For the leftovers, if you have any of it left over, get a jar like this and store it in there. You can keep it up in the jar like this as long as the lid is airtight on it for a year. I mean, a year. Not a year. A month. A good month. So that's kind of where I'm at with it, guys. I hope this helps you for the ones that requested for the textured paste. If you have any questions about how to, anything at all, hit me up on Facebook. Leave a comment under the video, and I will do my best to help you. Even if I got to call you up and do it over the phone. We got some Skype. We got some FaceTime. I will help you. I will help you. That's what I'm here for. So other than that, I hope you guys have a good night. I'm going to continue to work on this bottle, and I will see you guys in the next video. And thanks for the new subscriptions. I got more subbies, so you guys are awesome. I'm really, I'm happy. I'm happy that more people are finding me. This is what I love to do. I love to teach others, and I love to you know, surround myself with people that enjoy crafting and arts and all of that. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Please take time and look at some of the other videos that are on there. There's videos all the way back from like February, different tutorials and such. So To my regular subscribers, thanks guys. You guys have seen me a lot today. To my Swap It buddies, thanks to all of you. You guys are awesome. I'm feeling a little bit better today, this evening, especially after I had some dinner. I think I've been eating a lot of white meat, not red meat, and the protein levels were probably low because as soon as I had those nachos, bing. So anyways, all right guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to continue working on the bottle and I'll see you guys in the next video.